Hi, grade 2. How are you, my dear? I hope that you are in a good health and you are doing well. Today, we will start with a new chapter about the shapes. So, our first lesson it will be about two-dimensional shapes. Let's start. Our objectives for today is to identify the 2D shapes and to know the properties of the 2D shapes. Now, before we start with our lesson, we should understand what I mean by two-dimensional shape. A 2D shape is a shape with only length and width. So, the shapes which I will mention now, it contain two things. It contain length and width. This is why I said or I can call it 2D because it contains only two dimensions, the length and the width. Now, in grade 1, we studied four types of these two-dimensional shape. I think all of you know these or the name of these shapes. So this is the first shape, we call it square. And this one we call it circle. And here I have rectangle. And here I have a triangle. Today we will study four more two-dimensional shapes. Now I will revise with you quickly some properties of the previous two-dimensional shapes. So we said that we studied the circle, the square, the triangle, and the rectangle. And we said that the circle, it contains only one side, and this side it's curved. This is why it contains no corner. What about square? The square, it contains four sides and the four sides are equal. This is why it contains four corners. What about the triangle? The triangle, it also contains three sides and because it contains three sides, it contains three corners and all the sides are straight as you can see here. Now, lastly, I have the rectangle. The rectangle, it contains four sides, but as you can see here, the opposite sides are equal. So the up side and the down one, they are the same length, they are equal. While the left side and the right side, they are equal. And it contains also four corners like the square. So now let's learn four more two-dimensional shape. First, I will start with this shape. I will call this shape parallelogram. Again, I will call it parallelogram. Parallelogram. Now, this parallelogram, it contains four sides and it contains four corners. Where are these four corners? This is the first corner. This is the second one. The third one. And the fourth one. Now, we finish with the corners and we say that it contains four sides. So where are these four sides? Here I have the first side. This is the second one. This is the third one, sorry. And this is the fourth one. Now, why we call it parallelogram? Because I have here in this shape the opposite sides. What I mean by the opposite side? I mean by the opposite side, this side and this side, they are parallel. What I mean by they are parallel? I mean like these two lines. Parallel mean if I extend these two lines, if they are moving till infinity, they will never have any matching point. Each line will go in different path. Here, these two lines, they are not parallel. Why? Because here I have This is the matching point between these two lines. So the parallelogram, it is the same like these two lines. So the opposite lines or the opposite sides in the parallelogram, they are parallel. What about the other two sides? The same. This side and this side, they are parallel. So if I extend these two lines till infinity, each line will go with its path. They will never have any matching point. So this shape again we call it parallelogram. Parallelogram. Why? Because it contains four sides and each two opposite sides, they are parallel. Now, let's study the pentagon, the second two-dimensional shape. So the second two-dimensional shape, we call it pentagon. We call it pentagon. How many sides it contain? It contains five sides. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the pentagon, it contains five sides and it contains five corners. Where are these five corners? Here I have corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, corner 4, and corner 5. So the shape that contains five sides, we call it pentagon. We call it pentagon. Now, let's study the third type of the two-dimensional shape. This type we call it hexagon. Again, we call it hexagon. How I will differentiate between the hexagon and the pentagon? The pentagon we said it contains five sides, while the hexagon it contains six sides. So here the hexagon contains six sides and six corners. So let's count the sides together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I want to count the corner, I will have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And lastly, we have the shape. We call the shape trapezoid. We call it trapezoid. Now in the trapezoid we have four sides and also we have four corners. This is corner 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now in the trapezoid we have only one pair of the parallel sides. So these two sides are parallel, but the other two sides, they are not parallel. This is the difference between the trapezoid and the parallelogram. In the parallelogram, the opposite sides, they are parallel, but in the trapezoid, we have only one pair of the parallel sides. Now, we will solve together some exercises regarding what we said about the two-dimensional shape. Here, what is the name of this shape? Yes, this shape we call it rectangle. What is the name of this shape? Here I have three sides and three corners. So we call this shape a triangle. What is the name of this shape? Here I have four sides and all the sides are equal. So here I have square. So the name of the shape is square. What is the name of this shape? Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have six sides. So I will try to remember What is the name of the shape that contains six sides and six corners? You remember? Yes, I think you got the answer. Excellent. We call it hexagon. Now, question 5. What is the name of this shape? I will count how many sides I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this shape we call it pentagon. Question 6. Here I have 4 sides and the opposite sides are parallel. So you remember we call it the parallelogram. And lastly, we have this shape. We call it trapezoid. That's all for today. I hope you understood the lesson. Only try to match between the shape and its name. That's it.